Hi, and welcome to the Theatre Category 1 workshop for March 2020. My name's Jackie, and I'm going to be your workshop leader, facilitator for the next 4 weeks. I'm really looking forward to working with you all. I always think it's nice to put a voice and a face to a name, so here I am. I find these workshops really exciting because it's a chance for me to learn more. I think I learn definitely just as much as the participants. In the Category 1 workshop, it's very much about sharing our experiences as well as talking about the assessments for the IB Theatre course. So that's very rich resource material for all of us. I think really the more you put into the course, the more you get out of the course, the more you engage with the other participants, the better. And even if you can continue to talk after the course is over and share materials and share resources, it's a great source of information and help and support in what can sometimes be we can all be quite isolated as drama teachers sometimes. So please make the most of it. I wanted to just go through a couple of things about the course, some of which are already in the announcements and emails that I'm sending you, but I know there's a lot of information and I want to really make sure that everything is very clear because sometimes I have had situations in the past where people haven't read certain information or they've overlooked it and it's led to them not getting their certificate at the end of the course, and I want to avoid that at all costs. So just to make some things very clear, the completion requirements, you must read the completion requirements. Sometimes we think we've completed everything, and in actual fact, there are some aspects of the course that you need to do that people have overlooked. For example, you must log on to the course regularly, at least 3 times a week. We have a participant log, which obviously we look at. My superiors will be looking at that as well, and it logs not only when you log onto the course, but obviously also how long you're on the course for and what you actually do while you're online on the course. So that will be considered. And if you don't log on regularly, then you're not eligible for certificate. And we have had that situation in the past, and it's caused quite a few issues for people, but it's a very, very strict policy because the fact is that it's not just a course you can just go on and do all at once. It's a progressive course, it's cumulative, and it's something that we work together on very much as a team. So if you have a look here, I've got, hopefully you can see the workshop homepage, which you should be on. And here's the menu, which you will see each of the 4 modules we're going to be doing, plus the conclusion. And the same thing down the side here is the same. The sidebar also has these. What's very, very important about the this homepage are the sections here. So you will see here you have announcements. That's where I will put any important messages that I have for you all. I will regularly place announcements here. There might be reminders, they might be summaries of what we've been doing, suggestions, or they might be a certain resource that you need that I need to give you the link for. So keep an eye out in announcements. Hopefully, whenever I put an announcement onto here, you will also receive an email with it in. So, there shouldn't be any reason why you're not getting the information. And also here, which is the 3rd one, you will see, if I click on there, the resource library. So everything you need for the completion of this course is here. You might sometimes have to search for which resources for which activity, but it should all be here. If there's something you can't find, then please let me know and I will make sure that you get it, either by email or I will put it into the library. Okay, completion requirements are here. Again, can't emphasize this enough. Look at them, read them. Sharing resources is what it says, a place that we can share resources, which is great to have by the time you get to the end of the course and build that up as we go along. But there'll be other places where you get to share your resources anyway. So basically, once you've kind of navigated and you find your way around, you go on to each module. And if I click on module 1 here, you will see that the menu still remains at the top here, but you have this link here, which is just underneath the main menu. So module 1, introductions to the IB and Diplomas Theatre. And if you click on that, you will see another window opens up. And in that window, you will have all the exercises and everything that you need to do, and you just work your way through that. Each one, I mean, this one, the first module is, I think this is about 27 slides altogether, and different activities. Each activity that you see in that new window will link somewhere to either a forum here or the wiki here, and that should be very clear as to where you need to do the actual activity. The majority of them are in forums such as this. Maybe you'll be asked to do a specific activity and then comment or upload it to whichever forum is for that activity. Now, this is very, very important. Each activity has different things you have to conclude by the end of the week. But not only do you have to do the activities, but you also have to comment on what other people have written in the forums in order to pass the course, in order to get the certificate. It's about your engagement with other members of the group. So, for example, if you've uploaded some work about the IB program, you have to then comment on the work of 2 other people per activity, not per module, per activity. So every forum, you should have at least 2 comments on other people's work. Now, the comments on other people's work cannot simply be, yeah, that's great, oh, I think you did a really good job there. They need to be comments that will somehow take the conversation forward. Some comment that maybe gives them another idea. Okay, this is great that you tried this. Have you thought about that? So it's kind of good feedback, really, but also it helps us to build up resource and build up ideas around the activity in each module. Because you have to comment on other people's work and other people's commentaries, it's very important that you basically have from Wednesday, when the module starts, to the following Tuesday to complete everything. But what I suggest you do, strongly suggest, is that you make sure that the activities in each module are completed at the most by Sunday, which then gives you Sunday night, Monday and Tuesday, when it finishes, to comment and to respond to other people's comments on your work. Obviously, you can do everything at once. You can do everything very quickly within that module. But if people haven't commented on your work, or nobody else has put the work up, then you're not going to be able to comment on theirs. So try to make sure that you're pacing yourself. Try to make sure that you are commenting as you go along, so that we can ensure we have some decent discussion going on in each of the activities. Again, the quality of your comments is assessed as well as part of the completion requirements. Okay, so I hope that's clear. It's a bit of a long-winded explanation. So each of them, the modules have a different kind of activities and different forms. Some of the modules will have more and longer activities than others. So you really do need to pace yourself. I would look through all the activities that you have to do, flick through them first before you kind of, okay, this is probably going to take me an hour, this is going to take me 5 minutes. So, if you make the most of the activities, then you can kind of judge how long each will take. So, for example, you've got more activities in Module 2. It's about the journal, the higher level tasks, and the director's notebook. So there are 4 different forums there. And there's 3 wikis there. There's Activity 1 wiki. There's one about suitable theorists for the high-level activity, and suitable plays for the director's notebook. So there's quite a lot there that you have to do, perhaps more in the first module. So keep an eye out for how many things you're going to have to fit into that week. I know everybody's busy. Everybody has full-time jobs. We've got a lot going on. So you really need to kind of pace yourself and work out your own time frame that works with the course, bearing in mind the completion requirements. Okay. I think that's more or less it for now that I wanted to make sure that you were aware of. I hope this hasn't been too rambling and long. I am available for anything you need. Any questions you have, doesn't matter how silly they seem. They're probably things that other people are wanting to ask as well. It's not a problem. Anything you have to ask about the actual the modules or anything about the assessment tasks, kind of things that come up as we're going along. If you go back to the home page here, you have, actually no, it's in module 1. I'm not sure why it's in module 1, but you will have here a forum that is big questions. So anytime that you think of something in general, think of something about the overall program, about an assessment, about a module, whatever, please feel free to put add that question here, and I will get to it as soon as I can. Just want to add just one more thing about the modules. You cannot skip ahead. So you can't say, okay, this week I'm going to do module 1, half of module 2. If you do start the second module before the end of the first module for everybody else, then I have to write to you and email you and ask you to remove anything that you've put onto those forums or any of that activity. Okay, so please make sure that you're not skipping ahead, because that's not the spirit of this course. Okay, so anything else, feel free to ask. Again, really nice to meet you, even virtually, and I will be in touch as soon as possible. Have a good course. Thanks.